Good morning on this dreary, cloudy, rainy morning in Boston. It's been a dark 24 hours for justice, for humanity, for standing up with the real victim, for righteousness, for integrity, for fighting anti-Semitism, etc., etc. Yesterday, there was a vote in the United States Senate to have an arms embargo on Israel. A vote taken as Israel fights for its life with 7 different wars at once, fighting 7 different countries that are trying to annihilate it, not to win a territory, to kill and murder more Jews than were killed in the Holocaust. And 19 United States senators, all Democrats by the way, voted in favor of this. And we, as Jews, have to have a day of reckoning on ourselves. Who do we support? Where do they stand on Israel and the right of the Jewish state? All this nonsense where they claim it's Netanyahu, not Israel, is rubbish. And the proof is, every single party in Israel, every single one, from right to left to center, the president, all condemned this vote. Even the United States President Biden fought and lobbied against this. Yet, the 2 senators in Massachusetts voted in favor of an arms embargo to the only ally, or the most important ally, that America has in Israel. Elizabeth Warren, the same person who called what Israel's doing a genocide, the same person who stood on October 9th and promised to support Israel in its fight on terror, who's a liar, who's anti-Israel, just wants the Jewish vote. And our Jewish leaders, as usual, will probably be quiet. I would not wait for a statement from JCRC or any other Jewish community group. It's going to be up to us to speak up. There's nothing we could do about Bernie Sanders. We don't live in Vermont. We know that he's a modern-day capo, a self-hating Jew. But there's something we could do about our senators. Of course, we could support other people. We could speak up against them. We could make demonstrations in front of their house. And then there's, of course, states like Georgia, Jewish Senator Asaf, who voted for it, that need to be primaried. You know, in this week's Torah portion, we read about Ephron. Ephron is a man who owned the cave of Machpelah, that Abraham really wanted to bury his wife Sarah there because he knew that that's where Adam and Eve are buried. And when Abraham comes to meet Ephron, what happens is that Ephron says, "Oh, Abraham, you want the place? I'll give it to you for free. You don't have to pay me." But then when Abraham insisted on a contract for the right reasons, because Abraham knew that later it will be challenged, and they will say that the land of Israel doesn't belong to us, as they do today. They say Hebron is not ours, even though it's the first contract in the land of Israel, and it's in the Bible that billions of people believe in. Abraham says, "I want to pay for it." And at that moment, Ephron asks him for 400 gold coins, currency that's international, the highest type of money you could ask for. And his name Ephron at that moment is missing a vav, 1 letter. And Rashi, the commentary, says that this is the story with the wicked. They speak a lot, they promise a lot, but they deliver and do a little bit. And that's the story with Ephron. He promised, he said, "I'll give it to you for free." But at the end, he wants the top dollar. As opposed to Abraham, who last week's Torah portion tells the angels when they come to visit him, he says, "I'll give you some bread." He doesn't promise a lot, just bread. But what does he give them? Tongue. And the most delicious 5-course, 5-star meal. Say the rabbis, we have to learn from Abraham. And as Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers, tells us, say a little and do a lot. I'll never forget that day, October 9th, when Elizabeth Warren stood in front of the Jewish community and promised that she's with us to fight Hamas, to fight terror. But every day since then, she put obstacles in our way, from calling us a genocide to asking for embargoes on Israel, etc., etc. But where's the outcry? Where's the JCRC and all these other communities that are supposed to represent the Jews fighting for this? And then today, we got the news of the ICC. The ICC put out a arrest warrant for Prime Minister Netanyahu and Defense Minister, now not anymore, Yoav Gallant. The ultimate hypocrisy. Now Israel and America are not part of the ICC. But this is the same ICC that never put anything out for Khamenei, or for Assad, who butchered 1 million of his own people, or for the leaders of North Korea. This is bigoted. This is specifically targeted on Israel's legitimate war to fight for its people. And us as Jews have to wake up. We have to fight, and God willing, the new administration will make sure to defund not just the ICC, but any country that tries to implement what they say an arrest warrant, even if they announce that they would do it, that there has to be consequences. We don't have to speak a lot, but we have to do a lot. And at the end of the day, we know justice will be served. We know that Israel will be victorious in Gaza. Israel will be victorious against Hezbollah. But we must use our connections, we must use our allies to fight back against this bigotry, against this hate. And it's a stain to live in Massachusetts today. It's a sad day. But the reckoning will come for the hypocrisy of Markey and Warren. Markey, who claims, my wife is Jewish, I stand with the Jewish community, and stands against us at every time. May Hashem bless each and every one of you. Be strong, victory will come, and these people will have a reckoning. God bless.